talking about the dialectic theory in class. I'm going to be talking to you guys more in depth with what dialectical theory is and the levels of dialectic theory. So first I'm going to be going over internal dialectics, and then I'm going to be talking about external dialectics, and then after that I'm going to be talking about norms and how norms play a part in this theory. And so first, I'll dive into the internal dialectics. There is 3 stages in internal dialectics. The first stage is interpersonal dialectic. The second is dialectics between individuals, members, and generalized group other audience. And then third is group level dialectics that influence are influenced by all the members of a group and are related most closely to norms. So I'm gonna draw pictures for you guys just to help you understand this better. So with the interpersonal dialectics, so say this is my small group, and say within my small group, the definition for this is influenced by the group context and have influenced the larger group dynamics. So basically what this means is, since Haley and I are in a small group together, say that if Haley and I are having kind of a conversation within the group, everybody else is aware and they're listening, but Haley and my interactions are going to be different than everybody else's. And so that's interpersonal because we're friends outside of our small group, so our relationship is going to be different. And so then the second one, the definition for this is dialogue in a way as if I'm speaking to one person and I'm speaking for the average. So Haley and I are still conversing, but the rest of the group is aware, and I'm going to speak in a way that the rest of the group can understand. Whereas if it was just Haley and I having a conversation, it might be a little more mean, just because that's the way we speak to each other. Yes, and then so for the third level, it's a lot more simple. It's how the group has formed its own identity. So it's more as like everybody is just on the same page. So rather Haley and I conversing, it's just everybody, and we're all talking to each other on the same level, having the same conversation. And so then those are the 3 steps for internal dialectics, and then so for our for external dialectics, it's basically just one small group conversing with another small group, and like everybody's on the same page. It like looks the same. So within all of those groups, that's when norms come into place. I'm going to read the definition for you. Norms represent group efforts to respond to contradictions. They are developed as members experience dialectic tensions and attempt to manage them. So when we first started reading about norms and we first started discussing them, I had thought that norms were created when, so they are the response to contradiction. So norms are created by having conflict and then figuring it out from there. And so conflict is actually what creates norms, whereas I thought that it was vice versa. I kind of thought that it was we create norms and then the tension comes about, where it's the tension creates those norms. And so what we've been learning about is norms are actually a good thing, and tension should come first so that you can create those norms. contradictions, and dialectic tension has to occur in order to create norms. So you want tension to come first in order for your group to function better. Norms are rules that establish standards of appropriate behavior. In an explicit setting, like what I had talked about before, there are norms that can be set, and implicit norms that we already know. So yes, internal dialectics, external dialectics, and norms all play a part in the dialectic theory and how we communicate as groups and how we form norms and how we better communicate in our groups.